Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Reject PPC and the One-Ton Hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One-Ton Hammer.
I will be your Zookeeper tonight, Reject.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Lucky Pop-Tart, Inquisitor.
Sanguine.
Skep, Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Cassie. And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic, it's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them, they're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the zoo. I'm your Zookeeper for tonight, Inquisitor. Minions joining me are Mr. Adam.
Hello.
And Hate Camel.
How's it going?
It's going okay. Let me just adjust this a little bit here. See. I'm sorry.
I only say hi like that at the beginning of a stream when it's you hosting.
Yeah.
I don't feel like saying that any other time. It's just that's a special greeting for you, Quiz.
Okay. I'll take it. So how is everyone this evening?
Dude, it was pretty cold outside today.
Yeah, fucking freezing when I was taking Jake out for a walk.
I am not going to compare my weather to yours because I know that's a losing battle. But yeah, we're starting to feel a bit of a nip down here as well.
I think because Monkey lives north of us, right?
Yeah.
And
Not
he
too
said
much north,
that,
but yeah.
he said that they were getting storms, so I think we're getting the outside effect of it.
Well, we were supposed to get snow on Saturday. I'm glad we didn't, but
Yeah, fuck that. I don't want no snow.
no, neither do I, man.
Let it go. Oh wait, oh shit. Nope. Wait.
Copyright claim.
God damn it, no!
No, our weather has not been bad. Like today, it was the first day it really started to turn cold, and you guys would sneeze at what I'm considering cold right now. You know, it's probably 40s at this point, but it's been in like the 60s and 70s the past few weeks.
Yeah, fuck
So-
you.
I'm not. Like I said, I am not trying to get into our weather's worse than your weather because I know I'll lose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of a taste of your weather this last February.
When you guys had when we had the polar vortex, everyone had a taste of our weather.
Yeah. I was sitting in my backyard, -4 degrees. I'm like, fuck this shit. Just through clattering teeth.
Speaking of vortex, you got the topical Jesse Smollett, and they got a taste of Subway at 2 in the morning in the vortex.
So how much coverage is that getting in Chicago?
None.
Oh yeah, dude. When that happened, like.
No, I meant the trial. Because the trial's going on now.
Oh, the trial's going on.
Because
I thought he got.
No, seriously, Jesse Smollett was. I think he took
the stand today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything, so.
I thought that they threw that out.
I don't know.
No, he's facing like 6 counts of what was it? Shit. Like disorderly conduct or something like that, and filing a false police report.
Yeah, I can't
Good.
remember what the.
But yeah,
Throw
like
the fucking book at him.
He took the stand today, and apparently, like one of the tweets I saw, somebody reporting on it said that he, quote, said there was no hoax.
Bullshit, dude.
It was a Subway
My
sandwich.
my whole thing. Okay, think like I can get you're angry at Trump. Okay, you don't like Trump. You want to stick it to the man by making a hoax. Make it believable, you fucking cunt. This is MAGA country in Chicago? Are you fucking serious?
There's a polar vortex.
Well, like, apparently he also said like he didn't want to call the cop. You know, because he's a black man in America. Like, and yet they still showed up. You know, somebody else called them. Okay, fine. But
Apparently there's a video of a dry run of it, so they rehearsed it before.
yeah,
The whole thing is goofed off, man. It's. But yeah, no, it's quiet. I haven't heard a peep about it.
yeah, because like I remember what was it 2019?
When that happened?
When it
Yeah,
happened,
dude,
yeah.
it was a while ago.
Was
I
it
don't understand
2018?
why.
I could have sworn it was
Yeah.
like 2018 or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, because like dude, internet time being what it is, it could have been like 3 years ago. I have no clue. I just know like it was a while ago. I want to say 2019
Dude,
without
it
looking.
It was before the noose and the fucking NASCAR racer thing.
Yeah, see, that was the noose with Bubba Wallace. That was last year.
Okay, so yeah, so it was before that, but
like he had like that. He had the. I try to remember. Was Jussie happen and then the Covington Catholic kids, like one right after the other?
holy shit. Okay, so we're gonna have to start writing these things down. Like a history book.
Because like as animated as Quiz got with the whole fuck you about Chicago being MAGA country, the Covington Catholic kids and Nathan Phillips, that one had me ready to pull my hair out.
Well, they were like, weren't they like a visiting school kids type of thing?
They went to a pro-life rally in Washington D.C. They were, from a Catholic school in Kentucky.
Yeah, so they were.
And apparently they all bought some MAGA hats while they were there, and they were over by the Lincoln Memorial waiting for their bus to take them back home, when some black Hebrew Israelites, which never gets mentioned in the Covington Catholic story.
Oh, gotta love them.
Some black Hebrew Israelites started, flapping their gums at them.
Hold on. Wait, do you think that means that Native American dude who's banging a skin drum?
Oh, Nathan Phillips, yeah.
Does that mean that he trumps the African American Jew people?
Well, no, because
American Jew people.
I'm trying to understand
the thing of it is like the black Hebrew Israelite dudes, they were recording, and like they had posted it like on YouTube.
Yeah,
because they're sitting there jawing with these kids, and like before that, they had been like talking about like Nathan Phillips and some of those other Indian dudes, calling them Uncle Tomahawks and shit.
Holy shit! And then they were like, "Hey, you know what?
Well,
look at these kids. They got red hats."
All I gotta say about the black Hebrew Israelites is that they can do no wrong. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, as long as nobody's physically assaulting anybody, I don't care what you fucking say. It's all nonsense to me. So.
I say the black Hebrew Israelites love to try to provoke people to get people to assault them.
He was trying to let them fight.
You ever see that one video, the white dude with like the glasses, like the nerdy looking white dude starts crying when they're sitting there like denying the Holocaust and shit?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Because that nerdy white guy is a Jew.
Yeah, I didn't know.
He was denying the Holocaust?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
I don't want to watch.
Did Medicare's channel get nuked, or did he pull all his stuff down?
He might have fucking taken it down. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure there's like a Medicare archive or something somewhere. Somebody mirrored a bunch of videos. There's one where he did the black Hebrew Israelites and everything like that.
Yeah, I know.
For like his internet insanity or something like that.
One of them.
And yeah, and like, because that's where I saw like the clip of that dude just like in tears,
Yep.
And you just every few seconds he just had him, he had an audio clip of some dude yelling, "That's right!
That's right!" Well, that's from that video.
Yeah.
Was it from the same event?
Yeah. Like I said, it's from that video.
Yeah, those dudes, like, they sit there and they were breaking this guy down, just had him in tears. And every time one of them would throw something at him, to insult him, the other dude in the background, "That's right!
That's right!"
Yeah, it's a kooky bunch, man. If you haven't seen that Medicare video, track it down. I don't even remember what the name of We Was Kangs. That's what it's called, I think.
Yep. It was a while ago.
Well, because they're one of the major proponents for the We Was Kangs bunch.
Mm-hmm. I can't help it, Costin. Like this is the internet's where I get all of my entertainment from, so everything just blurs together.
Yeah, and time kind of feels weird. Recently, I would say it's
I mean, Einstein said time is relative, you know, and I believe him because the older I get, the faster it moves.
Well, once I start seeing a frog with a Masamune and a robot, I'm gonna be happy because Chrono Trigger is fucking awesome.
You know, I've still never.
You completely
played that
lost me
game.
there.
So he doesn't even know what it is. And
that's like a
I've
machine
never
reference.
played it.
Okay. Okay.
Get out of here, the both of you.
Well, he, you know, Camel.
I'm not a gamer, dude. I
And-
play some games, but I
And
for me,
Camel-
video games have always been a way to switch my brain off.
Yeah, Camel, you're also too young for Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
You know, N64 was kind of your age, right? That was the big console when you were a kid.
No, the big console when I was the first big console I remember getting my hands on would have been the NES.
The original NES.
Super
Okay.
Nintendo. I don't remember. Which one's the one where you put the cartridge in the top?
Super Nintendo.
A lot of them.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, shit.
I say I
You're
have a
fucking
top
old,
loader
dude.
NES, but that's far from common.
Well, like I played the one where you put it in the front there, the NES.
Uh-huh.
But like the first one that I got like in my home, my first game console was the Super Nintendo. We still got like my mom's Atari.
I've got an
Somewhere.
Atari.
Yeah,
That's
like
top
so. I mean,
Don't
it's
delude
not the-
yourself to
not-
think
not
it's
the-
worth anything, though. the Atari's like dirt
I'm-
cheap.
I'm not. But you know, it's just like a nice little bit of like, hey, you know,
Not the
this,
new one.
this
The
is
new
this
one's
is
like
where
400.
this is where you learn to appreciate the console that you have now, because like if I ever end up having kids, you know, like, well, we want the new PlayStation, we want the new Xbox. Like, fuck you, play some Atari. Learn to respect what you got.
Yeah, learn your roots.
So okay, so will both of you be watching the video game awards? I think it's this week.
No.
I'm disillusioned with video game awards when fucking Last of Us 2 beat out Hades in every single fucking category. Fuck video
Hades
game awards.
comes up.
See, I'm opposed to award shows of principle.
Okay, look, I like the award shows only because a lot of times you get those one-offs where like the one where they had the Doom guy play the soundtrack, rip and tear, and I think they said that they announced a Nintendo console. I don't recall that, but they're saying that this one should be legendary, and I really don't want it to be some goofy fucking Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 footage. Oh,
It's
jeez.
probably gonna be Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 footage.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not a big gamer. I enjoy playing video games, but I'm not super deep into them. If I were to watch an award show, like I used to be really big into movies, big movie buff when I was growing up, and I couldn't even be bothered to watch like the Oscars or the Golden Globes or something like that after a while. And sure as shit wouldn't watch them now, you know.
Big old wank fests. Ever
Yeah,
since
yeah.
the 80s with fucking who was it?
Brando?
Yeah, Marlon Brando. Yeah.
With the Indian lady.
Well, I mean, that's why I say it's not so much about who's getting awards, because obviously it's why would it's obvious that these are, you know, placating to upper management type of things, but I really like the in-betweens, you know, and the kind of, oh shit, look at what we're gonna show you, because, you know, we gotta draw attention.
Now maybe if like actors if actors would take Ricky Gervais's advice and they win their award, just get up there, thank their parents, thank their agents, thank their, you know, fake god, and then fuck off. maybe I'd be more interested to see it because it wouldn't take so damn long, and you can see, some of the people who are behind the scenes maybe get their awards, televised.
Those are never televised, and they never will.
I know. I'm saying maybe if they were to do that, maybe then I would actually pay some attention.
Well,
but
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these like indie or startup companies are like they're part of a connection of the establishment type of fucking companies. It's just weird. A lot of these new games that are being that I've seen at least have they just kind of reek of.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're an actor and you win an award for acting, I don't want to hear you wax philosophical about climate change or veganism or your abortion or any of that bullshit.
Oh yeah,
Just,
that nonsense.
Get up there, say thanks for your award, and fuck off.
Hey,
it's not that hard to do.
Thanks to the studio and thanks to the team that worked with me.
I'd like to thank the production staff who helped me, who brought this movie together. I'd like to thank my agent for getting me the part. Thanks Mom and Dad for supporting me when I was a shithead kid who wanted to be an actor. It's finally paid off.
You know what? That reminds me. It all comes down to the Iron Sheik, and he says, "You must be humble, and I'll put you in a fucking camel clutch. I'll break your back and fucking make it humble."
Jabroni.
Yeah. Jabroni.
For some reason, he still hates Hulk Hogan.
Well, people hate Hulk Hogan for different reasons now.
The Iron Sheik is one of the few celebrities that I still follow on Twitter, like him and Ric Flair.
I follow him still.
Woo!
Oh yeah, well,
Ric
Flair, because obviously, it's Ric Flair.
What happened recently?
Obviously, woo. And then B, because he and I have the same birthday.
Yeah. Very nice.
I have forgotten my birthday.
Wow.
In the 4 years I've been on Twitter, I have forgotten my birthday twice, and I remembered it because I looked on Twitter and saw Ric Flair was talking about it being his birthday.
Old Ric Flair.
Yeah, so when Ric Flair dies, I'm gonna have to find a new way to remember my birthday. He's getting up there.
Yeah, he is.
Dude, them two, and I really like that because I follow Roddy Piper, and
that's kind of difficult these days, isn't it?
Well, I mean, he has passed, but his Twitter account is still active.
That is creepy as shit to me.
Hey, a lot of it is they live. Like, get the fuck out of here. No fear. And he fucking pushes it out. He pushes it out, man. That's
Stan Lee's Twitter account is still active.
You know what gets me worse than like somebody who had a Twitter account that died and their account's still active? People who died before Twitter was even a fucking thing having Twitter. I saw John Lennon tweet like earlier this year something about like Yoko or whatever.
Yoko?
Yeah.
Like
John Lennon has a Twitter account.
Oh, jeez.
And I retweeted. I was like, if there's no hell below us and above us only sky, how the fuck are you tweeting?
He's back from the grave, duh.
Somebody asked.
He's a Zambi.
Oh shit. Maybe it's I mean, I would think it's a family member or something, you know.
Well, that's
it's either Yoko or it's one of his kids, Sean, or what was the other one? I don't remember.
I don't
Julian. That's
Julian.
Frank Frazetta has a Twitter account, and it's run by his daughter.
I mean, I suppose as long as it's like in like the Twitter bio or something, like this is run by so and so.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Because you might still have like Frank Frazetta. You might have people who like his artwork and everything like that. That maybe you want to be able to reach out to them or what have you. But yeah, like I don't remember seeing anything on that Twitter bio that said, "Hey, this is run by so and so because this motherfucker died in the '80s," you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Yes, how's it going?
They probably thought you thought you understood. Like, yeah, dude, this guy died a couple years ago.
Well, I mean, how many kids today have no clue who the Beatles were? You know, like maybe they just heard about the Beatles with that Disney Plus documentary. That
I sincerely hope more than you think it is. Because
I'm cynical. I'm cynical. I don't trust anybody under 30 anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like once I crossed that threshold, you know, 'cause like the whole thing back in the day used to be like, don't trust anybody over 30. Like in the 60s and whatnot, the hippies and everything.
Yeah, sure.
Nah, man, I'm taking it the other way around. I don't trust anybody under 30. Because I've been there and I know just how stupid those people are.
Yeah. Anyone over 30 does.
Yeah. So like the whole like Greta Thunberg, you know, everyone's, you know, like, oh, you know, we should listen to her, you know, talk about climate change. It's like, I used to be her age. I was a fucking retard at 17. Like, no, don't listen to her.
Yeah,
she has no clue what the fuck she's talking about. Somebody's telling her what to say.
How dare you? I should be in school right now.
Damn straight you should. Yeah, maybe get a degree in engineering and actually, you know, work on a solution instead of just whinging about it.
No, that's practical solution. We don't do those.
We don't.
Would it be hilarious if she actually did end up going back to school and then just decided to be like a petroleum engineer?
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be hilarious if she decided to go back to school and her GPA means that she couldn't get into any school, and she fails out of any college that she joins? Because, you know, any college would love to put the fact that they got Greta Thunberg because of the publicity onto their
I'm still waiting for David Hogg to drop out of Harvard. Like, he's lasted way longer than I thought he would and or should.
Yeah.
I don't know. Greta Thunberg sounds like a Danish fucking Viking metal song title. Greta Thunberg.
Thunberg. The Greta Thunberg's right?
I don't even pay attention to what she has to say. I just, you know, it's kind of like Charlie Brown with the adults, but instead of the wah 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 wah, yeah, instead of that, I hear like Swedish Chef.
Berngish,
yeah, exactly.
Erdy bork, bork, bork.
Oh shit, there's Terry in the fucking chat.
That fucking Terry guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a point. Yeah. Don't trust anyone over, under, equal to 30. Because I know, like, I lie to kids.
Damn it, Johnny Hellcat. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing in there?
Oh, don't you dare, Terry. I actually like that song. Don't you dare bastardize that with that name.
Thunberg struck.
Ugh.
You ban.
How is it that I have more respect for your countrymen than you do, Terry?
I think that's a little bit more in the bean pool of he's not really Australian, he's Kiwi. Let's just put that there.
Oh, so he's like a sleeper agent?
Yeah, he's, you know, he's fooling everybody.
He doesn't,
an infiltrator?
He doesn't
like Russell Crowe?
He doesn't pronounce his the number 6 like sex, so
And you know what? He doesn't actually eat Vegemite.
Well, you know, that's good for him.
I mean,
Vegemite's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross.
I mean, like, I spent a month and a half in the hospital with Nana Camel. If you had offered me a Vegemite sandwich instead of the cafeteria food or walking across the street to Wendy's, I'd have considered it.
Ew.
Yeah, ew. That's how bad it was, man. I was like, I can't eat another Baconator. the love of God.
So yeah, here's one thing we haven't done in a while, Adam. I'm gonna check Craigslist and see what kind of arcade machines we got going on here in the local area.
Shit, dude.
Okay, now it's got me wondering, what is the highest of slanders? Who slandered who? What's going on?
Well, no,
Highest of slanders is definitely calling an Australian a Kiwi.
I didn't know. Wait, is it?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Oh, come on, Terry.
I thought the Kiwis were the ones that
here.
got offended.
No, it's Australians because they don't fucking like Kiwis.
Well, every time I've run into somebody with an accent like that, it's like I was like, all right, Aussie or Kiwi, which one are you? And it's always been Australian. I've ran into one dude from New Zealand, and like the Aussies, they all laughed it off. He's like, I'm from New Zealand, yeah. Like, okay, yeah. What are you doing here?
Go home.
Well, no, like middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. You're from the other side of the fucking planet. How did you get here? What are you doing? Like, I have questions. You know, I'm here because I was born here. Like, you know, I've lived here all my life. You know, what are you doing here?
Yeah, dude.
He was just passing through. He's working as a truck driver. Like, oh, okay, cool.
And we're not Kiwis.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Aussies are Brits. Eddie, hey, how's it going?
I'll say either one, they're the devil incarnate because they're trying to steal English from God's own people, Americans.
Hey, in all honesty, we gotta pray for these Aussies because these camps are kind of.
Yeah, some of the shit that I've been reading about
that's
that's been
fucked
going
up.
on in Australia is fucking disgusting. Especially them euthanizing, puppies.
The Queen needs to get on her shit.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, did you guys see the video that chick had from one of those camps?
No.
It's like some 26-year-old chick from Australia. You know, she's in one of those camps, and like she had recorded a video on her phone of like them in like full kit, sitting there talking to her about how she can't go off of her little porch area. She can't get any, she can't get close to the fence line. And,
oh yeah, and those dudes in like the sus house outfits.
Yeah, and so she's just sitting there, just like got her leg kicked up on the railing, just chatting shit to him. And I was like, she's pretty cute, that accent.
All you're saying is
that was the nicest. That was the prettiest white trash accent I've ever heard in my life.
It's a concentration camp accent. Oh shit! Oh no!
Like,
okay,
Senate, Terry, one of you guys had to have seen that video. Was that a bogan? Because if that's a bogan, I'm down.
I dated an Australian girl. Long time ago, but yeah, I did.
See, Quiz and I will liberate your women.
Oh shit!
Go
Hey,
ahead, send them this way.
Speaking of Australian girls, did you guys see Sydney Watson talk to Nick Fuentes and asking him?
Oh, is
when
that who was interviewing Nick Fuentes? I
Yeah,
saw like a
think it was.
clip.
She asked him like, "When's the last time he dated somebody?" And he's like, "I don't know." And it's like, "Oh my god."
Well,
was
like, I didn't. I just scrolled past, and I wasn't like, I saw that somebody was talking to Nick Fuentes. I didn't even bother like paying attention to who was talking to him. It's like, oh, it's Nick Fuentes. Scroll on past.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Nick Fuentes.
Oh, dude,
Fuck
it was
that faggot.
horrible.
He's just as bad as Gavin McInnes. I don't care. And everyone knows my opinion on Gavin McInnes. That dude can go fuck himself with his little lispy faggy ass accent. Fuck that faggot.
We have talked about him before. I do remember that.
Yes.
But like with Fuentes, that goes back to my don't trust anyone under 30.
Dude, I don't know where these people are coming from.
He barely looks like he can shave. What was he, like 22?
I don't know.
Is he even old enough to drink yet?
Can we at least acknowledge that maybe there's some scripted folk out there? Like, holy shit.
My guess is the reason why he has all his little followers asking, you know, like, how is butt sex a conservative? He's so deep in the closet, he's almost a Narnian.
Him and fucking Gavin McInnes, man. Gavin McInnes is projecting so goddamn hard, talking about building tables and how you're wasting time playing video games with his lispy ass accent. I'm sure he probably loved it when Copper Cab grabbed his ass a couple of times in that wrestling match.
I don't know about that, but I do remember, like, there was a clip of him talking to a porn star named Mercedes Carrera, where they both were, like, putting, like, butt plugs up their ass.
Dude, Gavin McInnes and Mercedes Carrera?
Yeah.
I'm not shocked.
It
probably fell out.
Jail.
Couple times.
Jail.
Oh, what?
What?
You can't be serious, dude.
About them putting butt plugs up their ass, or about her going to jail?
Well, either of them.
Serious with a heart attack on both counts, sir.
Good God.
Yep.
I think he loses all rights to levy criticism on people who play video games when he's shoving butt plugs up his ass, talking about porn stars going to jail.
I mean, when you say playing video games, I kind of feel funny because I'm playing Kirby on the Switch right now.
Well, no, have you seriously, Adam? Have you never seen that clip of Gavin McInnes making fun of people who play video games?
No.
So yeah, it might make you think a little twice about backing conservatives like that faggot. Just saying.
Whoa.
I never
fuck that guy. Seriously, fuck that guy with the longest, splinteriest, fucking spikiest pole you can find, and he might enjoy it.
The only thing I really knew about Gavin was listening to Anthony Cumia talk about him on Rogan and seeing him on Rogan. The one I saw him on Rogan, he was dressed up like Falling Down, you know, Michael Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Cumia talking about him, it's like, you know, that sounded like, you know, like a friend talking about a dude when there's no cameras on, and you know, that dude sounds all right, but cameras rolling, yeah, he's a douchebag, and I probably wouldn't have anything to do with him.
I don't give a shit if the cameras are rolling or not. Fuck that faggot. I've got the same opinion of those same fucking conservative faggots that sat there and made fun of people that were making Legos and shit like that. People aren't allowed to have hobbies in your little conservative world. Go fuck yourself, dude.
See, Johnny, he just said something in chat a couple minutes ago. That's pretty much the story of my life. I could have dated, you know, insert, you know, descriptor here, girl, if I wasn't a fucking moron. Yeah. 23 years old is how old Fuentes is, apparently. Okay. 1998. Oh my God.
It's 1995. Oh wait. Sorry, this is the Far Side.
Like, Adam, I think, you're a little older than me, right? You and Quiz about the same age, aren't you?
I think so. Yeah.
84, brother.
Yeah.
84.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm the youngin on the stream, and hearing about somebody born in '98 is like, oh my God, no.
98. Let me think. Hold on. How old was I in 98? Ah, shit. Okay, no, it was 99 when I lost my virginity. All right.
Yeah, he's still in nappies though, so I mean, it doesn't matter.
True.
You know? Like, I don't trust anybody that's not old enough to remember Y2K. Alright?
And Leonard Nimoy telling us all about it. I mean, Mr. Spock was preparing us for it.
If you're not at least old enough to remember your parents freaking out about the possibility of computers crashing because, you know, the calendar's going to get reset, I don't want to talk to you.
Falling us out of the sky.
Yeah, it's funny. My parents never worried about it. In fact, actually, they worked for a consulting firm that its whole goal was to sell consultants who would go through their infrastructure and update all of their computers for Y2K.
Oh, so they were making some money.
Oh, dude, the CEO of that company is a multimillionaire.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, wasn't
Well,
that...
like my
wasn't
parents
that,
didn't freak out about it either. They're just like, oh, so that's whatever, you know.
Wasn't that Office Space?
Yeah, that was Office Space too.
Oh, the consultants for Y2K?
Well,
Was that
no, like
Office
he was
Space?
he was working to update the company's software and stuff for Y2K.
Oh, and that's where they put in the little thing
The
to
TPS
take
reports and everything.
Well, the thing to take out was
Like a fraction of a penny for each transaction.
yeah, for each transaction. It was the plot of Superman 3.
I mean, think about... Wait, was it the plot of Superman 3?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They even say it in the movie.
They do say it in the movie. Oh, fuck. I gotta go watch this movie again.
Like, so if you could come in on Saturday, that'd be great.
I do have to watch that Saturday.
Get those TPS.
Son of a
reports
bitch.
in.
If I see a red stapler, I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, but when you set the building on fire. It's funny actually. The whole thing with Milton and the stapler and setting the building on fire. That actually was a cartoon that Mike Judge did before actually doing Office Space.
Yeah, cool. Well, like since we're back home now, and we've got all the different channels on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm crashing with Nana Camel to take care of her, get her on the mend.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching like Adult Swim late at night again.
Okay.
And just falling asleep to like King of the Hill.
God damn it, Bobby.
A D in English? But Bobby, you speak English.
All that whacking in my trailer.
Damn it, now I'm gonna go have to watch the King of the Hill episode.
Oh, I finally found like a workaround to like all of my friends who watch the animes.
Mm-hmm.
You know they have like Japanese dubbed King of the Hill.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So if
Hold on,
anybody
hold on,
asks me
wait,
if I
wait,
watch
wait.
anime now, that's what I'm like. Yeah, man.
Japanese dubbed King of the Hill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's like they've dubbed a lot of American cartoons in Japanese and then brought them over to Japan.
I mean, not even just cartoons. Like they've got Seinfeld and everything as well.
Well, one of my favorites
Japanese
is
dubbed.
the Powerpuff Girls. Got brought over to Japan, and it actually inspired some Japanese creators to create a Japanese Powerpuff Girls. There's
cool.
There's an anime Powerpuff Girls called Powerpuff Girls Z, like Dragon
Do they
Ball
have
Z.
to put Z on everything?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the style of the time.
Well, it came out in I think 2008. I remember I watched it before class on when I was going to art school. It's not very good. The one thing that I do kind of appreciate about that kind of stuff, though, there's one anime that I think you'd really dig. Hey Camel, you should look it up and see about watching it. You can watch it for free, streamed on a website called WatchCartoonsOnline.com.
Okay.
But the name of the anime is called Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
You have my attention.
It is a Japanese anime.
How many tentacles are involved in
Well,
this?
hold on. It's a Japanese anime, all right? There are suggestive jokes and stuff like that in it, but it is, ostensibly speaking, a comedy show, and the premise is that it's a Japanese anime. It's made in Japan, speak Japanese and everything, but it's drawn like an American cartoon. With like the hyper exaggeration and shit like that, but it's definitely one of those cartoons that, you know, if they could get around some of the censor things, it would be on Adult Swim and nowhere else. It would only be allowed to be shown on Adult Swim because it has those kinds of adult themes.
But yeah, like the other night, you know, she went to sleep, and you know, gotta wake her up every now and then to check her fever or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But while I was sitting there waiting to do that, I was like, well, let's see what's on TV. And I managed to scroll past Cartoon Network. It's like King of the Hill. It's like, you know, I haven't watched that in forever. All right, let's do that. Because these days, I don't want to watch anything new at this point. Like, I don't even want to waste the time. You know, like I'll just watch the old stuff that I know I liked.
There is a
because there's plenty of that. There's plenty of that to go.
Okay. There's a new show on there that on Adult Swim that I kind of want to watch. It's based off of a comic that we pitched on Comic Book Curation, or rather, Polly pitched and talked about quite extensively. Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, I saw that they were advertising that. I was like, was it the Blade Runner?
It's like
Black Lotus or something like that.
Yeah, Lotus or something like that. I can't
Lotus,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's based off of the comic book that we talked about on Comic Book Curation.
Okay.
So yeah, fuck yeah.
No, I don't know, man. I think the time to have gotten me into the animes would have been when I was like, you know, grade school watching like DBZ.
Well,
You know?
my opinion is there's not a whole lot of new anime that interests me. A lot of the stuff that I watch is circa 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I think Panty and Stocking is the newest one that I watched, and I think that came out in 2010.
I keep waiting for like I know there was one stream where like Johnny and Jack Gunsky were just giving me different recommendations. I was like, yeah, I'll go back and I'll write these down and I'll see about maybe trying to get started. I never did. It's not like I was like blowing them off. I just forgot, and I don't even remember what stream that was now to go back and get the list.
I kind of want to watch Outlaw Star again.
I have it on Blu-ray, man. Yo, it is my favorite anime of all time.
But at this point, like, I've scarred Johnny with so many of those DMs of, like, you know, disgusting videos and or pictures that I don't trust his recommendations now, just because, like, I know there's some messed up animes out there, and I don't want to see that.
I'm going to recommend one to you. It's called Boku no Pico.
No.
And then they get the dog toy, and then yo! What?
I was born at night, but not last night.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I've heard people talking about that, and that's a hard no.
Wait, have you seen the viral video about that?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, it's great. It's this guy. I don't remember what the sauce for it is. You know, the original sauce for it. But it's got this guy sitting there. He's like, don't watch an anime called Boku. This shit is wrong on so many levels, yo. I say, a friend of mine gave it to me, and he's all like, make sure you watch it, and make sure no one's around when you're watching it. And so it's like, yeah, and that's what I did. And then he gets to the part where he's like really getting into it, and he's all like, and then they get the dog toy, and I'm like, yo! And Coco is his motherfucking name.
I think the last one that Johnny started talking to me about was Redo the Healer or whatever.
Oh, Redo of Healer?
Yeah.
You like rape?
No.
There's lots of rape in
Like,
that.
he tried to explain like the first episode to me, and I walked away with more questions than I started with. So
There's lots and lots of rape in that one.
yeah.
It is our modern day Dante's descent into
The Inferno.
Inferno. Yes.
Yeah, I was sitting there on a Discord call with him. I was just like, he did what? They who did what? Huh? Why?
Send in the
How?
bomb,
What?
Tony.
And he's like, so you want me to tell you about episode 2? I was like, no, dude, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck happened in episode 1. No. It's like, this makes no sense to me.
Essentially what it is it's like, imagine you're playing a role-playing game and dude gets tricked by a bunch of women and ends up dying a horrible death, and then he comes back as a healer and tricks those women into getting into situations where they're literally at his mercy, and he rapes them. Episode synopsized. Anime synopsized.
You remember how I said I'd be interested in playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, we're not playing Fatal.
I retract that statement.
Fatal is completely different, my man. Fatal is completely different.
Oh, wait, was this a chick track?
No. That I just described an anime. No, the
Adam, I am not Jack Cochran. You don't have to reference chick tracks. Okay.
Oh, obligatory. Yes, you are, but
Hey, and honestly, you can stop sending those little pamphlets in my door. I don't want to read them. Thank you.
Okay. Now you're thinking of the Gideons. That's a completely different thing. Okay.
Holy shit! There's another different trick.
No, the Gideons are the ones that leave the Bibles in the hotel rooms for you.
Oh
I
shit!
thought
Yeah.
that the hotels leave the Bibles in the hotels room for you.
No, the Gideons drop the Bibles off at the hotels.
I thought that was just a Beatles song.
That hotel Bible?
Yeah, Rocky Raccoon.
What?
I'm lost.
Yeah. No, Rocky Raccoon. He went to a fucking hotel and Gideon left his Bible. Have you not heard the song?
It's been a long
Well, I
time
mean-
since I've heard that one.
In all those hotel Bibles, it says, placed here by, the Gideons.
Yeah, Rocky Raccoon went back to his room and found Gideon's Bible.
I gotta be honest, dude. It's been a good long while since I gave the Beatles a listen, and yeah, that one went right past me.
And I say I like the Beatles, but at the same time, I don't. I'm not like some religious fanatic about them, like the Gideons.
Oh, okay, Johnny. Yeah, he did not recommend. For the record, he did not recommend Redo of Healer, but you did start telling me about it, and I still have more questions than answers here. Okay.
Hey,
it's rape.
My brain's just like fruity pebbles, and it's just things are sparkling.
No, I think your brain is a little bit more like Rice Krispies, my dude. Snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh shit! Yeah, see, that's like, Cocoa Pebbles taste different than Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
I hate.
Adam. I gotta
ask.
ask Adam. Where are we at on the Marley scale?
Well, the eagle is pretty detailed.
See, I like to go back and forth depending on who I'm talking to. I either call it the Bob Marley scale or the Willie Nelson scale.
The Bob Marley scale, I would say probably Exodus.
Well, no, it's like on a scale of
Movement of your people.
From 1 to Bob Marley, how high are you?
Oh,
if you're like completely toasted, you're trending towards the Marley end of that spectrum.
No, yeah.
And Adam just went from the Beatles to like Cocoa Pebbles in like half a minute. So I had a fairly good inkling. But I
Well,
thought
you
I'd
gotta
ask.
keep up.
Yeah, come on, Camel, keep up.
Well, I'm trying to, but I'm sober right now.
Well,
Yeah, so I mean, it's
I'm
kind of
always-
hard to take those leaps with you, man. I was still in the Beatles.
Hopefully
Next thing I know,
there'll
we're
be-
talking about
there'll
breakfast
be
cereal.
time. And it's gonna be all explained. I tell you, it's an interesting journey.
Like I gotta drive, otherwise, like I'd probably be right there with you, man.
Yeah, so I got work in the morning, otherwise I'd probably be right there with you. And those edibles
Well-
I've got are starting to hit me hard.
Well, see, like the thing is, like spending like that month and a half up in Tulsa at the hospital, like I didn't smoke at all, so my tolerance is shot.
Yeah.
I'm like a 2-hitter quitter right now, man. I take a couple puffs and I put that thing out.
Well, I'm trying some new stuff, so
Yeah, I think I
Ice
was the
cream
first
cake.
person to walk into my local dispensary, like, all right, what kind of THC levels you got? You know, because like they've got like their cheap pre-rolls and stuff, like house blends and whatnot. Like, oh, well, like the house blend, that's about 20 to 22%. I was like, you got anything lower than that?
yeah.
And she looked at me, she's like, I don't think anyone's ever asked me before. It's like, well, I aim to please, so what you got?
I don't know if I trust the descriptions what they offer. So
I say
Well-
it all really depends on the dispensary. I don't really know how you get certain percentages of THC in it, unless you're talking like percentage of like oil base to like whatever vegetable glycerin or whatever you got in like a vape or something. I just
but it's always like some like random like description, like, oh, we have this beautiful blend and it tastes like this and it offers this, and it's like, dude, how do I know that that's what it's like?
Well,
It's like
in
I'm gonna try
Oklahoma,
this
since
orange.
it's all medicinal, it's supposed to be lab tested. So, they have their batches tested, from I guess the producers. They send it off
Oh,
to
yeah,
a third-party lab. It's supposed to test the potency and it's supposed to make sure it doesn't have like mold or mites or anything like that in the.
it's quite
Harvest.
literally that scene from Half Baked.
Yes,
Dave Chappelle
where-
going to requisition the weed from the
Did you go to
lab.
weed school? It's like a
Would you go to weed college?
It's like, hey, I'll take the dosage of how much cannabis is in there, but when you're sitting there telling me like, oh yeah, this is gonna taste like this and it's gonna trigger this part of your brain, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, like I don't ever try to get that deep in it. Like when they talk about like the terpenes, because that's what's supposed to be like. Oh well, it's got this
Terpenes?
taste. Or,
What the
Yeah.
fuck is a terpene?
I do not recall. I couldn't give you like the actual definition, but this is supposed to be the thing that is responsible for the aroma, the flavor, and it's supposed to have some effect in regard to, like at least with the medicinal people, they say it's, some of the different terpenes can have an effect for pain relief or maybe anxiety, this or that. But a lot of it's really, for me, with the terpenes, it's just they give you a different taste or aroma when you're smoking. Like they have like limonene is one of them, and that's more of a citrus flavor and smell to it.
Hold on, so it's like it's an actual
It's a compound
flavor?
in the weed. Yeah.
Okay,
It's an
so
additive, you mean?
yeah,
No, I don't think it's an additive. I think it's supposed to be like an actual compound in the weed as it's grown.
well, only because I've picked up a cartridge that it had a really strong flavor to it, and it was not. Dude, I fucking threw it out after a couple of fuck, this is disgusting. I don't wanna be smoking this shit.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like actual flour. I'm not talking about like the cartridges where you have, you know, like some kind of glycerin or some other
Like the
agent
oil.
in there, the oil too, that's
Yeah.
absorbing the THC for you to smoke on.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well,
like
I
if
guess.
you're just buying like a pre-roll, you know, of flour, you know, like a half gram or a gram, you'll have, you know, you've had some strains where it had more of a piney kind of, you know, aroma to it, or you know, I mean, you got some that are just straight skunk. You know.
Well, okay, you got a good point there. I was gonna say I've never had weed that didn't smell like pine and skunk. Period.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it like again, it depends on the strain you get. Some of them are going to be more powerful aromas of the skunk, or you know, I always thought like the ones that had that piney kind of flavor and smell to it. I always liked those. But then you get some of them that are more citrusy.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point now where, like, when you talk about it, you kind of sound like a wine snob. You're like, oh, this
Hold
is
on, sir. The both of you. We're gonna get into, because I was gonna be like, yeah, dude, actually, citrusy plus the skunky, you know, you kind of look out for that, and if it has a purple type of look, and hold on, but we're getting into uncharted territories. I don't know if we
Purple
should.
sticky icky.
1 second. Briefly.
Are we allowed to chat about this?
It's legal in our state.
It is.
It's legal in my state.
All right. Well, hey, let the weed flow.
I mean, there's a nationally publicized magazine called High Times. Just saying.
I was actually in an issue of High Times back in the day.
Yeah.
Not like, you know, feature or anything like that. I was in a group photo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was the first meeting
Alright,
of like the
you
Tulsa
gotta-
branch of Normal.
You got to produce the issue number, dude.
I don't even remember when it was. It was like back in like 2008 or 9.
Shit, I fucked this up. I hate.
I think it would have been like the spring of 2009. I'm in an issue somewhere of High Times magazine.
What was it for?
It's the first meeting of the Tulsa branch of Normal, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool because like the people that were there, they were talking about getting medicinal marijuana on the ballot, trying to get it passed, and then moving on to, you know, getting recreational. And at the time, I mean, they proved to be smart in doing it that way because we have medical marijuana now. But at the time, I was like, dude, we're all adults here. Like, 'cause there's one dude that was just off on his own little world, just yammering about, you know, how much he loved weed, you know, being the, you know, annoying pothead stereotype.
Yeah.
I was like, look, this guy's not going to shut up about how much he loves weed, and if you have him trying to talk to people about why we need medicinal marijuana, they're going to see right fucking through him.
Yeah.
Like, we're all adults here. This is America. You know, leave me the fuck alone. That should be the message.
Yeah.
And which is exactly why I'm not in politics, because I would not win.
I mean, that's a message I can get. This is America.
Yeah, I
Let me
mean,
do what I
people
want. Fuck
tell me that all the time. But guess what? I don't have any political followers. Like, yeah, man, I'm right there with you. And then, like, I choke the ballot box. There's no one behind me.
Have you tried?
I've not tried running for office, but that
Maybe you
costs
should try.
money, and you know, I thought about that with I was joking on one of Johnny's mini streams, like the one I did mobile from the hospital.
No, okay, yeah.
And like that day, the governor announced that he was granting clemency to Julius Jones, and I was pretty heated about that because I'm not generally in favor of the death penalty, but for that guy, I'll make an exception. That man is a sin, and the only reason why he's not getting the needle is because Kim Kardashian was cheerleading for him.
Do you think it's easier to
Follow in
run
her father's
for
footsteps.
office in a smaller, I don't want to say jurisdiction. I don't think that's the proper word, but
Well, I think Johnny and I were joking on a powwow stream about like both of us moving to Kansas and taking over the place because some Indian chick decided to wear her native garb on her first day as a state representative or senator or something like that.
was that the Canadian chick?
Canadian? No. There is Kansas. There's some Indian woman in Kansas.
So there was another one?
She won office at the state level, and
Dude, fucking Elizabeth Warren is fucking propping up all over the place. I swear there was a lady
this was
in
an
Canada.
Indian chick. Yeah, oh yeah, there's that chick too. But the one that Johnny and I were talking about, you could look at her and be like, oh, that's an Indian.
Good God.
There was no question.
They can't help themselves.
Who, the Elizabeth Warrens of the world?
Yeah.
I don't remember what that. I
I'm
know
brown.
Austin's in chat. Maybe he remembers her name. I don't remember the name of that one chick that was up in Canada saying she was Indian. And then, oh no, just a white lady.
Oh
But
yeah, I
yeah,
saw that.
that happens a lot. Like,
Well,
I
especially
was not
in Canada.
surprised.
Canada
I
has
was-
some really, really good. Like they have a whole department in their state department, specifically for Indian affairs. And
Yeah, so do we. We have the Bureau of Indian Affairs in the Department of the Interior.
well, what I'm saying is that, like, purely for things like state assistance and things like that. Less to do with like reservation and sort of like those sorts of politics, and more just the personal politics of I want money.
Oh, hey guys, I found it. Leafly.com. What are cannabis terpenes and what do they do? This is from November 10th.
Oh, they help a jet plane take off.
The unique, musky, skunky, and pungent aroma of cannabis is unmistakable. Most people can smell it before they even see it. Terpenes, the aromatic compounds that determine the scent of many flowers and herbs, bestow cannabis with its distinctive odor and contribute to its flavor. Cannabis contains more than 150 types of terpenes. Although most terpenes are present in only trace amounts, the more prominent ones team together to give diverse cannabis strains their signature scent profiles. The combination of terpenes and sour diesel tell you of its pungent, gassy character, while cherry pie evokes the pleasant scent of sweet and sour cherry pie fresh out of the oven. So that's what they are. They're, the aromatics. See, certain ones, certain terpenes like geraniol, GERANIOL, for example, repel. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
For example, repel insects and herbivores that might be tempted to snack on cannabis. So you probably want that in your weed strains if you're growing weed.
Especially if it's organic.
I just imagined like the viruses that are munching on the cannabis plant, and they're just sitting there like when you see the images of people, like, oh, what's that? The South Park character, with the World of Warcraft guy, where he's sitting there with his Cheetos. It's like, oh shit, all these fucking viruses are sitting there just enjoying my marijuana plants.
Well, that terpene is specifically to repel those things.
Well, yeah, I don't want them. Don't be eating the marijuana plants. I want those marijuana plants.
Trying to see some they always have like these anti-cancer ones, antidepressant ones, antimicrobial, pain relief. Like the main ones I've seen have been like, I'm trying to remember what that one was, because that's the one that most people think of is that piney kind of smell flavor profile. But then you also have like some of these citrusy ones, like the one that I do remember is a limonene.
Wait, what is limonene smell?
That's one of the. It's more of a citrus, kind of lemony aroma profile.
It's
to
a car that is chauffeured by by someone for the very, very rich and affluent.
But yeah, like people who get who are real deep into it, the weed nerds, they'll talk about terpenes, with like their different properties, like the antidepressant properties, or these are good for anti-cancer. Like dude, I'm just looking for a different flavor to get high on. I'm not, not trying to fight cancer. I smoke a pack a day,
Yeah, usually it's like, hey, I'm gonna buy some weed, and they're like, oh hey, it's called marshmallow fluff. I'm like, oh, awesome.
Yeah, and if I were gonna sit there and talk about the terpenes on that one, it's like, yeah, just the terpenes in this one give it that nice kind of marshmallowy, confectionery kind of sweet taste
Really?
or
Yeah,
smell
alright.
or what have you.
Yeah, we don't have much of this
Nobody that I've gone to at a dispensary has actually sat there and like tried to oh, it's got this kind of terpenes and these percentages or what have you. They'll post it on the tube, along with like the THC levels. But
That's really
when
all
you ask
anyone
them,
cares about.
yeah. But
shop?
if you ask them about it, they're like, hey man, I'm looking for this kind of
No. At the shops, they're
they look
pretty
at you like-
fucking. It's like they become artists and shit. They're like, oh yeah, let me tell you, this is gonna make you have dreams that you didn't even know that
Okay,
you were gonna have. And it's
I
like,
smoke
oh,
weed to
fuck,
not
dude.
dream.
Yeah, it's-
Thank you very
I'm
much.
gonna- Just want to relax for a bit, dude.
Like that's one of the things. Like that's one of the things about weed that I really like is when I smoke weed, I don't dream. The lights go off, and I wake up the next morning.
See,
It's like time travel, man. There's no waking up like, oh man, what was that? That was weird.
I get that regularly, so if I smoke weed, that actually changes that. I still can't remember any of them
I'm cannibalistic with it. I hear potheads say all the time, pot cures cancer. How it's so good for you. No, they're lying to themselves more than they are you.
There's a lot of people that like to think that marijuana is some sort of like miracle drug. It's not. It's just a drug. It has its uses, but people sitting there saying that it does all this shit are lying to themselves and to you.
I mean, the whole thing with cancer, like I can buy into the it helps with nausea for chemo patients. It helps you to it helps with your appetite. You're sitting there puking up your guts from whatever cancer drugs they got you on. Okay, fine, but like it's not some medical magic bullet.
I figured that was the pretty much like the line where it was like, yeah, its usefulness is helping ease the pain. It wasn't curing any fucking cancer.
And
shit,
it does help with anxiety and depression. And some people, other people, like I got a buddy I went to high school with. The few times he smoked weed, different strains and whatnot, he's gotten very, very paranoid, anxiety riddled.
Oh, yeah.
And he's normally fairly easygoing guy, but he smokes some weed and he's like checking his through his blinds in his window like a tweaker.
Yeah, I know what that's like. That happens to me a lot when I smoke weed, but it doesn't take that long for me to suppress it.
Yeah.
Suppress it.
Now the thing of it is, like, he's never smoked with me, and like I would be treating him like a science experiment. Like, okay, today we're gonna smoke an indica. we're gonna smoke one, with 20% THC content. See how that does you. Tomorrow we're gonna try sativa with a little bit lower or higher.
Sure.
I just sitting there taking notes, like, okay, so purple haze, no go. Cotton candy kush, maybe. But yeah, he said, like, every time he's smoked, it's just been paranoid and anxiety filled. Me, I've never had an issue with anxiety or paranoia coming from smoking, unless I was worried like I was gonna get caught.
Well,
back when it was still illegal and I was underage and all that good business. Now that it's totally legal and I've got a car, I'm like, fuck it. I'll walk down the street smoking. I don't care.
Yeah.
My favorite thing with those, like, I'm pretty sure I've said it before. When I went to go get my marijuana card, because I finally broke down, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of asking other people to go get me weed. I'm sure I'm on a list somewhere already anyway. Might as well add another one. But I go in to get the card, and the doctor who's interviewing me, like, so, Mr. Hamill, why do you feel medical marijuana would be beneficial to you? And I just look like, well, doc, I get kind of bummed when I run out of weed. He just used a Ron White line, and it worked. He's like, so, depression, okay. You have any problems sleeping? Like, I mean, I don't have any problems sleeping. It's getting to sleep, once I get to sleep, I'm good. It's like, okay, so insomnia, any pain? I was like, oh,
this is literally a skit from fucking Garfunkel and Oates.
Is it?
Yes.
Because, like, he was dead serious. I was just fucking around,
Yeah, no, this is a skit from Garfunkel and Oates. Garfunkel and Oates, they had a, if you don't know who Garfunkel and Oates are.
Oh, yeah, I know who they are.
Kate McCucci
and what's the other chick's name?
I don't remember her name. Oh, really bad.
Cause I've seen her in more stuff than I've seen Kate in, but I remember Kate, I remember her name because it's kind of funny sounding.
Yeah. They're a musical comedy duo, and
kind of like Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, a little bit of like Flight of the Conchords. Although I gotta say, I saw there's a new musical comedian that I've discovered on YouTube. His name is Tom Cardy. Absolutely check him out. He is hilarious, and he covers.
I saw his TikToks.
Oh yeah, he's pretty popular on TikTok.
Up your butthole?
Yeah, have you checked up your butthole? Yeah. But he did a cover of Flight of the Conchords song, Carol Brown, and it's way better than the Flight of the Conchords one. I'm just gonna say it.
Thank you, Terry. The blonde girl's name is Ricky Lindholm.
That's it. Yes. Okay. So they had a TV show for I think 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, on HBO, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was Stars.
Stars, okay.
Yes.
I knew it was one of the pay channels.
Yeah, one of the pay channels. But yeah, they had a TV show, and one episode was called Weed Card. And it was where each one of them went to a doctor and had to figure out. And Kate McCucci is always really bad at lying. So Ricky goes in first and gets hers like really easy, and then Kate goes in there and she's like, I mean, I don't really have any pain or anything. And the doctor's sitting there is like, oh, so do you have trouble sleeping? Oh yeah, insomnia. And he's like, and Kate's doing like everything in her power to not get the card, whereas the doctor's just like, literally listing off all these things, trying to figure out what ails her so that he can write her out a weed card.
Well, yeah, if I'd gone in there, like, serious, and, like, he just kept asking, like, these questions and just marking them off like that, I'd have walked out. I think there was some, like I need to see I need to go to the emergency room. There's a lot wrong with me. And he just kept checking shit off the list. Because, like, we got to, like, he's like, so you have any pain? I was like, well, I mean, you know, I got a bum knee from, you know, years of basketball. I kind of snap, crackle, and pop like a Rice Krispie treat when I get out of bed in the morning. You know, like, okay, you know, he's just sitting there marking shit off, and so yeah, I am getting my weed card because I'm just falling apart at the seams apparently.
Yeah, you're just all fucked up.
Dude, but you're the youngest of the three of us. You were the chosen one.
You were the chosen one.
I mean,
you're my brother, Anakin.
Must be all that clean living. No, I joke that I've been smoking since I was a fetus, but that's you know, only partially joking. I mean, if secondhand smoke counts, then yes, definitely, since the womb.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like at this point, I've been smoking like on my own for half my life now,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty steady, about a pack a day. And then when I was younger, I did play a lot of sports. I got banged up from that. Nothing compared to like Sanguine. Like my sports injuries don't hold a candle to his, but they do add up after a while.
Sanguine is half robotics, and the other half cookware. So
I'm lucky that so far, like the only broken bone I've had, I'm gonna go ahead and knock on some wood while I'm here. I broke a finger playing football in high school. Luckily, I haven't torn any ligaments or tendons or anything like that. So I'm more than happy to let Sanguine have that crown of like most injured minion. I don't want that title. But yeah, like listening to him talk, like, you know, all his football injuries, stuff like, yeah, I'm glad I only played the 1 year. Shit.
Alright, guys. Well, it is, we've been going for an hour and a half, so I think it's about time to wind down.
Yeah, the sister's texting me saying she's getting ready to head back home, so I need to go take care of Nana Camel.
Oh, Terry said never saw it, but he saw Kate did a thing called Playing with Makuchi, where she played the ukulele. Yeah, it's one of her stand-up specials. Her solo stand-up specials. Playing with Makuchi. She advertised it on fucking, oh god, what was it? Conan, I think? And she said that, and it caused the audience to bust out, and she's like, "What? It's my name, Makuchi." Just say she definitely plays the naive angle pretty well. That's what I like about her.
And she does the kind of neurotic, you know, like that's what I always liked about Maria Bamford, is the neurotic kind of comedian.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's why I like Kate as well.
Yeah, Kate Micucci's really funny. I like her too.
Yeah.
She's definitely one of my favorites. I have a soft spot for musical comedians. So you know, Garfunkel and Oates was definitely high up there. Same with God, what was his name? Stephen Lynch.
Love me some Stephen Lynch.
Stephen Lynch is great.
I play the song for America every 4th of July.
Nice. Alright. So, yeah, we've been your Minions of the Zoo. Thank y'all for coming out, watching some paint dry and everything. Hope you had a good time. Be sure to watch tomorrow where Skep Tock is the host. And, yeah. Take care, everyone. The zoo's closed.
Bye, everybody.
Mm-hmm.